Hello, my name is Kraig Blatchley, inventor of the H2O Up Flow Generator. These units are designed to be stacked on top of each other, and they're gravity fed from the river at the bottom unit. If this was the bottom unit, there would be a pipe here and the holding tank up top, and it lets the water in, and another pipe on the other side that lets the water out. The tank would fill up. If it overflows, it goes into the outlet pipe and then back into the river. We've got magnets inside the tank that hold the tank in place until it fills up with enough water, and then it drops. And then we've got a fill pipe over here that when the unit over there lifts, the water drains into that pipe and back into the holding tank in this situation because it's a test unit. But if it was stacked units, they would dump back into the water above and below each unit. Since this is a test unit, I have a bilge pump set up to recirculate the water to simulate water from the river flow. The water that dumps out goes into a holding tank down here and is pumped back up with the bilge pump, so I can do all my tests. So water fills up the holding tank up top, and then water drains into this pipe, and then this pipe runs to this tank. This tank is smaller, and when the units are empty, this side's heavier. When the units are full, that side's heavier. When the container fills up, this container overflows into this pipe that runs to the back of the tank, and then fills up this container. And then this container then drops and spins a flywheel over here. This shaft right here is attached to the main pivot point. It's attached to a flywheel and sprocket. And here's the flywheel and sprockets, and then is attached to an alternator that is charging battery, lighting the lights, and every time the unit goes up and down and pivots, it generates clean renewable energy. And by stacking the units, we're able to lift water an unlimited height. Depending on how many units you stack, you can move water an unlimited distance. Now we're going to turn on the sump pump to simulate water from the river. This system requires a gravity-fed source of water from a river or a water source to maintain, and then it just recycles the water as it goes to the system once there's water in the system. When the containers are empty, the container on the left is heavier. When the containers have water in it, the container on the right is heavier. The unit pivots up, and as it does that, it spins a sprocket, and attached to some gears, and attached to a flywheel and an alternator that charges the battery and lights the lights here and here, and it generates clean renewable energy every time the unit pivots. When enough water enters, the unit will pivot. The water empties out of here. If this is the bottom unit, the water will just drain back into the river. or if this is a stacked unit, the water will drain into the unit below it, into its holding tank above it, as in this situation. And this unit, this container actually dumps into the unit above it, into the unit next to it, as you stack the units. So you recycle the water into each unit as water empties out, and at the same time you're generating clean, renewable electricity. The unit simply just empties out, drops down, resets, and begins to fill up again, and starts the process all over again. Completely clean, renewable energy.